Well, let's take a look at the accomplishments and goals for the LVCVA since the pandemic and into 2022. Of course, the major milestone was the opening of the West Hall and the Convention Center Loop, manned by the Tesla electric cars. Both these projects were completed on time and inside budget and was covered on all the major TV networks. The World of Concrete was the first major convention since the pandemic and the first major show in the entire country. So far, the LVCVA has signed 14 leases for shows this year, representing 4.5 million square feet of exhibition floor space and over 100,000 attendees booked. They include USA Volleyball, American Rental Association, Working Ranch Expo, and the National Funeral Directors, and of course recently the Barrett-Jackson Car Show. Of course, the big attraction of 2022 will be CES, and they've already started marketing it as "We miss you and can't wait to welcome you back in 2022. This convention will be huge. You might remember that on June 4 this year, with a flip of the switch, Las Vegas came to life, with the first billboards displaying "Keep your mask up and let your hair down." Fast forward, Las Vegas is ready for a new era of meetings and conventions. As for the air service into Las Vegas, we now have 120 unique domestic direct connections compared to 115 in February 2020. Seat capacity is at 92% of pre-pandemic levels and will be at 98% this month compared to the national average of 78%. Las Vegas has consistently been one of the top 5 domestic markets throughout the year as defined by TSA. New sporting events coming to Vegas this year are CONCACAF Gold Cup, National Football Finals, SummerSlam, Leagues Cup, International Rugby, IPAC 12 Football, and the Las Vegas Bowl, all at Allegiant Stadium and in addition to the Raiders games. And next year we have the NFL Pro Bowl and the NFL Draft. The goals for 2022 are to boost the continued recovery of Las Vegas, driving a continued increase in conventions to 66% capacity, and to generate over 800,000 room nights, and to capitalize on hosting the 2 major travel shows, IPW and IMAX. LVCVA will continue to innovate and optimize transportation solutions by effectively operating the monorail annual ridership to over 4 million passengers, and to maximize the Vegas Loop so that waiting times are at only 1 minute.
Normally, transportation in a big city like Las Vegas involves getting a ride share, finding a bus, or taking the monorail. But downstairs from me right now is the future of transport. A fleet of Teslas driving through a boring tunnel that goes under the streets of Las Vegas. And I'm here to check it out. Elon Musk's Boring Company has opened its first fully operational loop, a 1.7-mile long tunnel 40 feet below the streets of Las Vegas. Built around the Las Vegas Convention Center, the loop is designed to transport passengers between 3 stops using a fleet of 62 Teslas. And when it's up and running, it can move up to 4,400 people an hour. It's not autonomous. When you jump into your Model X or Model 3, there's still a human behind the wheel. And even when you get into the LED lit tunnels, the cars don't go above 35 miles an hour. It's still early days for the Vegas Loop, but it does have its advantages.
Their goals for air services through 2022 are to lift seat levels to over 2.2 million seats, open travel corridors, and recover each international direct connection within 8 months of its market reopening. As for the future success, LVCVA will continue to elevate and expand the brand by leveraging the destination's diverse and expansive assets and experiences, and to solidify Las Vegas as a premier sports and live entertainment destination through the marketing of current events and the procurement and marketing of new events.
For all its outlandish casinos, bright lights and attractions, Las Vegas has always been missing a stadium. But with the Raiders boldly relocating to the city in 2020, a vast new venue has now been constructed. Rising 10 stories from the desert, with opening walls, a sliding pitch, controlled climate and bright lights of its own, the shimmering black glass building is one of the most expensive venues ever conceived. This is Sin City's $1.8 billion megastadium.
Las Vegas, the entertainment capital of the world, and your playground.